Very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News here on TV1. My name is David Paldano. Now before we head into your stories in more detail, let's first take a look at your headlines.
Sri Lanka's third international airport vested with the public. Chairman of Avantgarde Nisanka Senadipati arrested. Sajith Premadasa emphasizes that he will not sign any agreement that is detrimental to the country. Gotabaya Rajapaksa pledges to grant university admission to all those who pass the GCE A-level examination.
Now, the Jaffna International Airport, Sri Lanka's third largest international airport, was declared open by President Maithripala Sirisena this morning.
The airport, situated 20 kilometers from the Jaffna city, has been equipped with a 2.3 kilometer long runway. The event was attended by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Arjuna Ranatunga, and a number of other dignitaries. 2,250 million rupees will be spent on developing the airport under three phases. The government of Sri Lanka will spend 1,950 million rupees, while the remaining 300 million rupees will be provided by the Indian government.
Now on to another one of your headline-making stories now. The Criminal Investigations Department said that the Attorney General's device will be sought to produce the chairman of the Avantgarde Maritime Services, Nisanka Senadipati, who was arrested this morning. A senior official of the Criminal Investigations Department said that he has now been brought to the CID headquarters.
The CID stated that Nisanka Senadipati is to be produced before courts on the advice of the Attorney General. The chairman of Avantgarde, Major Nisanka Senadipati, who was receiving treatment in Singapore, was arrested at the Katnaik International Airport this morning. This was when he arrived in the island around 11:30 last night. The Attorney General has filed a case against 13 defendants, including Nisanka Senadipati, in the Special High Court trial at Bar. It states that a vessel named MV Avantgarde of Avantgarde Maritime Services had housed more than 816 weapons, 2,395 pieces of live ammunition without any of the necessary permissions. The case will be taken up once again at 2 p.m. today.
On to your political news now. A public rally was held last evening under the patronage of the presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
The rally was held at the public grounds in Horona. The rally was attended by many groups who are supporting Gotabaya Rajapaksa in the upcoming presidential election, including civil societies, representatives of political parties and party supporters.
The Kalutara district is one which is centered around education. There is a high pass rate for A-levels and O-levels from this district. I would like to announce that our government will invest heavily on education from the first year itself. Through that investment, we will create more opportunities for students who pass their A-levels to obtain higher education in universities. Not only that, we will provide other youth with vocational training and find them suitable employment opportunities. You all know, under Mahinda Rajapaksa, we invested heavily on agriculture as well. Therefore, we were able to make this country self-sufficient. Agriculture is one which is part and parcel of our culture. We cannot part ways with agriculture. 1/3 of the population rely on agriculture. In order to empower farmers, we will provide the fertilizer at a discounted price. It is because we wanted to uplift the lives of the farmers that we said we will waive off all agricultural loans. Further, Vidura Vikramanayaka spoke of tea and rubber. Today, tea does not receive a fair price. This tea industry, which can be improved to a $5 billion industry, has been destroyed. We as a government will take steps to increase the productivity of the tea industry.
දියුණු කරගන්නට ක්‍රියා කරනවා.
විකසිත කරලම කතා ඉවත හැර දයනංවමු පෙරසේ මව්බිම වෙනුවෙන් ජීවය දෙන්නට ජනහදවත් අතරේ මහින්ද නාමෙන් පිපෙන නෙළුම් මල් සුවඳ කරා විසිරේ මව්බිම වෙනුවෙන් ජීවය දෙන්නට ජනහදවත් අතරේ මහින්ද නාමෙන් පිපෙන නෙළුම්
අද මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ වී වලට රබර් වලට?
What happened to the rubber industry and paddy, especially rubber? Is there a competitive price? Must be quite expensive these days. As soon as this government took over, everything declined. Rubber prices dropped, tea prices dropped, pepper and cinnamon, everything dropped. This government has destroyed the lives of the people. Our future president Gotabaya Rajapaksa has said clearly, we will provide farmers with an insurance and pension scheme. We have appointed a man who can deliver. Our candidate can work, and he has proved that. Prices of big onions must be quite cheap. Have you had food for this cheap ever? For 345 to 350 rupees. You all have accepted the flower bud. You all have confirmed the victory of the flower bud. Gotabaya Rajapaksa is a man who can work for you. Therefore, we request all of you to ensure he becomes the president on the 16th.
කටයුතු කරන්නයි කියන ඉල්ලීම කරමින්.
Another project under the Gammadda Public Initiative was vested with the public today. The project was declared open at the Akuressa Bopagoda Sugishwara Primary School in Matara.
Gammadda was informed of the prolonging issue of drinking water in the Sugishwara Primary School in Matara. Foundation stone was laid to a new water project today, bringing hope to the students studying in the school. A water supply system with a tube well was established where around 300 students engaged in academic activities. Officials of the Gammadda team, teachers and parents attended the event.
Now 4 foreigners have been arrested for allegedly attempting to steal data from an ATM machine in Kottawala, Mirissa.
Police said they were arrested following a complaint that electronic devices were installed to steal data from the ATM machine. The arrested were from Bulgaria, Estonia and Poland. On interrogation of the suspects, it has been revealed that they had arrived in the country a month ago. They are to be produced before the Maritime Magistrates Court today.
Now back to your political line. A presidential candidate of the New Democratic Front, Sajith Premadasa, met with businessmen in the Anuradhapura district yesterday. Now on to more of your political news now. A robbery took place at the supermarket in Devalata, Gaul. Newsfirst is in possession of its CCTV footage. Now back to more political news now. Presidential candidate of the New Democratic Front, Sajith Premadasa, met with businessmen in the Anuradhapura district yesterday.
Ministers Chandrani Bandara, Buddhika Patirana and Patali Champika joined the presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa at the meeting.
We are to form a transformative era. We are to make a creative approach. In that you will see how for 71 years even the party we represented switched paths to suit this new vision. That is a silent revolution which will happen in the country with Sajith Premadasa after the 17th. A new team is to lead this new vision. So change your perspective. Some say this presidential election is of no use. This is a nominal presidency. So there is no power and the power remains with the Prime Minister. This is a complete lie. The President is still powerful. Gotabaya Rajapaksa is still an American citizen. No matter what he says, the United States haven't yet released an official announcement. Basil hasn't been released. They say they are American citizens and the next instance they say they are patriotic. If you can go to America from Hambantota and obtain the American citizenship, the person who gave up, can he be a patriotic person? The person who could have left everything behind in America and live in Colombo went to Hambantota and got engaged in politics. Is this person patriotic or are they patriotic?
නැත්නම් ඒ කට්ටියද දේශප්‍රේමී.
ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස.
This is Sajid Premadas's turn. This is Sajid Premadas's time. Talent and dedication. I'm ready to use all of that to uplift this country. I would like to state whether it be security agreements or economical agreements or political agreements, any agreement which will bring an adverse effect to the country, I will not sign them. I will only sign agreements which will bring a positive effect to the country. I will not surrender to anyone's conditions. In the newspapers today, we see certain groups saying they will provide a number of votes if the other party agree to certain conditions imposed. I would like to say to them, go sell that to other candidates but not to Sajid Premadasa. They even tried to impose conditions on me. I refused. Either give me the candidacy or keep it. After being appointed, I will do what is right.
පාලනය කරන්නට උත්සාහ කරනවට වැඩිය හොඳයි ගෙදර යන එක ආත්මගරුත්වය තියාගෙන.
We would like to apologize for that technical failure. Now on to more local news now. A robbery took place at a supermarket in Devatta, Gaul. News First is in possession of its CCTV footage.
The incident took place at 3 this morning.
More talks as soon as the end of October to hammer out the details of the Phase 1 pact, according to a foreign media report on Monday that cited people familiar with the matter.
Let's now take a look at some views expressed in the local political arena.
November!
We are ready to ensure that Gotabaya Rajapaksa will be named as the president on the 16th and Mahinda Rajapaksa, who is loved by all, be seated as the prime minister.
වාඩි කරන්න ලෑස්ති වෙන්න. අටබොරු කිව්වා දියබොරු කියන්නේ නැහැ වගේ.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, who was the army commander at the time, was the one who provided leadership for the war.
හැටියට ඒ තනතුරේ කියලා. අපිට පතලයක්.
Under this government, people were not allowed to even mine gems. When our government comes into power, we promise to remove these laws.
මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මතක් කරන්න ඕනි. ඕක නෙවෙයි ලස්සන වැඩේ.
You know how Mahinda Rajapaksa is when he comes on stage. He raises his hands and asks the crowd what they want. At a rally held at Sivali grounds in Ratnapura, he did the same, and someone from the crowd replied, saying that he wants the bell in Adams Peak.
හත්ති ලව්වේ කට්ටිය වට වෙලා මූට ඇනලා කරලා ගෙනහිල්ලා යන්තම් බොහොම අමාරුවෙන් මගේ මොකද රත්නපුරේ අඹ ගහයට මගේ යාළුවෙක් ඉඳලා තමයි ගිහිල්ලා යන්තම් බේරගත්තේ. අද මේ මැතිවරණ
They come on the stage and criticize others. Gotabaya Rajapaksa comes on stage and talks about his future plans. He does not criticize anyone.
අවුරුව විවේචනය කරන්නේ නැහැ.
Well, that is a wrap of lunchtime news here on TV1. For more news, log on to our award-winning website www.newsfirst.lk.